Welcome to Up and Country, powered by vLiveCast. Our guest today is none other than Breland. I'm your host, Sue Bonzell, where I'm bringing you new up-and-coming country artists. You can catch all of our episodes, buy a little merch, and join our exclusive VIP club at upandcountry.com. I want to say thank you to our sponsor, SoCo Private Security. And now, let's meet Breland. Hey, Breland.
What's up? What's up?
How are you?
I'm doing really well. I'm happy to be here with you, Sue.
Man, I'll tell you what, you are like on fire right now. I mean, just there's so many things happening for you. I mean, you've had these amazing songs. You're collaborating with people like Keith Urban and Sam Hunt. And I've seen you on stage with Chase Rice. And wow, tell me about, how all this started with the whole country music thing.
Yeah. It really just started with my debut single, My Truck. I've always been a fan of a lot of different styles of music. Country is on that list, and I knew that the fusion of country and other genres felt really good. And as a songwriter, I'm always looking to tell a story, and I think country is really good at housing that. But also, I have a lot of soul influence, gospel background, and I try to add some of the stuff that I learned from my years writing in Atlanta as well. So that's kind of where the trap influences come from. But I'm really just trying to find a sonic melting pot of all the stuff that I really like to do. And as a songwriter, country is definitely in that mix. And I think people in Nashville and around the country and world have been really receptive to that.
Yeah, I love how you are mixing things. You've kind of got a little bit of that country rap going. And then
Yeah.
you've got cross country that you did with Mickey Guyton. It's just absolutely beautiful and just so. That song to me is so empowering and just very uplifting. Like kind of like you can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's great when you can have stuff that has a message too. I think sometimes when you have a debut single that's kind of tongue in cheek and fun and a little silly, people don't think that you have depth. So I wanted to make sure that we could put something like that out there that kind of told my story, and then also hopefully would inspire some people to be able to tell theirs.
I like how it's because it's called cross country and you're talking about traveling across country to Nashville.
Right.
But there's also the idea of cross country of country music with rap and kind of
Right.
crossing that together, which is brilliant and just absolutely amazing. And I love Mickey Guyton. I don't think she gets enough airplay at all. I
Yeah.
love her. So tell her to call me.
She's
I
a
want to talk
sweetheart.
to her.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can definitely put you guys in touch.
I would love to meet her. She's just absolutely amazing. So your debut single, My Truck, you ended up with an endorsement with Chevy,
Yep.
went platinum. I
Yep.
mean, that's pretty incredible. And I understand that Kelly Clarkson was the one to present you with your platinum award or your yeah. So
Yeah.
tell me about
Correct.
that.
Yeah, that I mean, it was a whirlwind experience overall. I mean, being on Kelly especially, um, I obviously knew that this song had been certified platinum, but I did not know that I was going to be receiving a plaque or when I would be receiving the plaque. And it was also my first time performing on TV in that way. So first, like my daytime debut, and I'm a big Kelly fan. I was maybe 5 or 6 years old when she won American Idol. Those are some of my earliest memories. So for her to bring that out, I was very emotional. I actually cried
I love
about
it.
it. But the whole experience, I think, of just having a viral song and having the first song that I put out be so impactful throughout the world is. I've had a lot of like, is this real type of moments? A lot of pinch me moments. And I think that uh, Kelly being able to bring that to me was another great moment, and another one that I was like, this can't be real.
Right. I see a lot of your TikToks and you're like all around everywhere and you're like, okay, is this really happening right now? You're on billboards. I think you were at the
Yeah.
Macy's in New York and they were like using your image
Yep.
and everything. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, how
Yeah.
does that feel?
It feels really good. I mean, music is one of those industries that you can work really hard for years and years and years and make no money and have no identifiable footprint on the world, and then all of a sudden all of that changes. And I'm someone that put in a lot of work on the front end and didn't have a whole lot to show for it. So I think now that things are moving a lot faster, I feel like it's a little bit more balanced. you know.
Well, I think you're right. I think there's a lot of people, especially in country music, who have been working for years and years and years, and slowly, and then all of a sudden you seem like an overnight sensation, and you're like, no, this was not overnight. This was a lot of work.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
Nashville is definitely a 10-year town, and I think country music is one of those genres, especially formats where people really value and appreciate the grind and the journey of it all. And you go from playing small shows to playing bigger gigs, opening up for someone, and there's a process. I don't feel like I've skipped any steps necessarily, but I do think that my path has been pretty unconventional for the format, and I think the internet has had a lot to do with that.
yeah. Well, I like that you're kind of turning it on its ear a little bit. And so, how did you end up, collaborating with people like, Keith Urban? I mean, wow, how does
Yeah,
that happen?
yeah. Keith he's just one of the living legends, and he's someone that really likes blending genres together. And I think he's been on the really sonically uh, I guess, progressive side of country music. And he wouldn't even really put a label on it in terms of genre. He really just likes to make music, and he blends all the stuff that he's inspired by, which is often country, but can be anything. And I think that's what he saw in what I was doing. And so he actually reached out to me last
Really?
June, right at kind of middle of the pandemic, and was like, "Hey, if you want to come over at some point, I would love to collaborate with you. I like what you're doing, and I've got a song." I've got my album is almost done, and I have like maybe one more song to go, and I would love to do it with you. And I was
Wow.
like, okay, well, I would love to. He was like, when will you be in Nashville? I was like, I'll be there tomorrow. And I literally drove up. I was living in Atlanta at the time, and I literally drove up the next morning and showed up at his house
I
like
love
9
that.
a.m. and was like, let's do it. And Throw It Back was the first song that we actually did together, because he just wanted to hear what I was working on and just kind of hear where my ear was at. And I had that chorus already for Throw It Back. And it wasn't something that I was thinking he was going to want to get on. I was just playing him a bunch of demos, and he was like, I want to get on this. I was like, okay, all right.
Oh,
And then later that week, we did Out the Cage and Soul Food, which were both on his album, Speed of Now, Part 1. So
yes.
we have a bunch of stuff in the works, and I'm excited for people to hear more of it. But he's definitely someone that I'm inspired by. He's a large part of the reason why I ended up moving to Nashville, and just one of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
That's awesome. I love it. When Keith Urban calls, you're like, hey, yeah, I'll be there. Like, I'll be
Yeah,
there
there are just certain
yesterday.
people. There are certain people that when they hit you up, you just gotta drop everything. I don't care what else is on my calendar. Like Garth Brooks recently reached out to me and invited me to his house to hang out. That was another one. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
not busy. I have absolutely nothing going on. Totally free.
The calendar is clear. Okay.
Clear for you, Garth. I don't care what I've got going on. I'll be there.
I love that. That is so awesome. So, I know you are an amazing singer and a songwriter, rapper. Do you play any instruments?
I play a little bit of piano, and I'm starting to learn guitar right now, but really more of a top liner and vocalist in terms of things that I'll be comfortable showing people right now.
Right. Well, I mean, you have the skill too. I've watched, some of what you're doing, using your tracks and everything, and kind of laying down these different elements that are all your voice that
Yep.
are amazing. I'm like, man, this guy's got so much talent.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think a lot of times when we think of musicians, we think of people that play instruments, and the voice is an instrument. So I
Yes.
definitely would consider myself to be a musician, and I like pushing the boundaries of what's possible musically, picking interesting melodies and notes and things that kind of challenge the ear a little bit. I love it.
I love that. So, okay, I want to know about your worst performance ever. Like, tell me about
Um,
it.
my worst performance ever. I haven't really had any as Breland that have been bad, but also I've only had a few performances as Breland because uh, COVID happened, and I wasn't able to do any of the performances I was going to do last year. And all the ones I've had so far have been really good, so knock on wood. But when I was 7 years old, I was singing, I think I was singing My Country 'Tis of Thee at a like big talent show that my town was having, and I peed my pants. I like while I was singing, peed my pants through the entire first stanza, and it was just like, I'm just saying candidly, that is what happened. My family has yet to let me live it down.
I
Every
bet.
time I have a performance, they're like, "Do you have a diaper?" I'm like, "I'm an adult man, okay? Like, I I can handle myself."
Well, you've come a long way because I saw you come off the stage in one of your videos from the CMT Awards, and you're
Yeah,
running through and you're doing flips and things. I'm like, yeah, this guy,
yeah.
he's good.
I mean, like the Kelly Clarkson show was a TV look, but it was pre-recorded, and this was my
Mm.
first live TV performance, and there's just a lot of energy around it. I was performing with Mickey, who's great, and Gladys Knight, who's a true legend, and I just had just the adrenaline of it. I was like, I'm gonna do a front flip now, so
You did.
that's
I
how
was
it
like,
felt.
wow, that came out of nowhere. I'm like, this guy is really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I try to bring good energy to my performances and my shows for sure.
Nice. So, what are the any new collaborations coming up that you might want to
Yeah.
let us in on?
Well, tell me this. When does this air?
So this is going to air in August,
Okay, it's August when?
probably mid August.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I could say that July 23rd, me, Dierks Bentley, and Hardy on Dierks Bentley's newest single, Beers on Me. Uh, Been really, really fun to work with those guys, and hopefully, get out on the road with both of them at some point and be able to play it live. And then Nelly's song High Horse features me and Blanco Brown, and that's August 6th. So both of those songs are a lot of fun, and I love collaborating. I think that I bring a different energy to songs than a lot of other artists. So pretty much anytime I'm on a song with a different person, we end up complementing each other really well because I'm bringing something different than what they're bringing, and I think that's part of what makes this whole cross country subgenre so much fun because there's a lot of wiggle room to try out different things and use my voice in different ways.
I'm just so excited for you. I mean, you're saying all these names and I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Like this is incredible. I'm so excited for you and excited to hear the music. So, would you
Yeah,
be willing to sing a little for us?
yeah, would love to.
Okay, great. I'll let you
What
do
do you want to
whatever you want to.
hear?
I'll let you do whatever you want to do.
Okay, I'll hit you with a little bit of a couple things. Uh I'll hit you with a little bit of cross country, just the pre-chorus and chorus. Uh, I tried to fit in. Let me do it like I tried to fit in, but didn't. I'm different, yeah, I know. No. The houses I stayed in were great, but they never felt like home. So I'm going cross country. I won't stop running till I find where I belong. I'm going cross country. No, they might judge me. I ain't gotta prove I'm wrong. 'Cause I know it's okay to be in my own lane when I'm doing what they say can't be done. I'm going cross country. I won't stop running till I find where I belong, where I belong.
Oh, I love it. That is so amazing. I love your voice. I'm so excited to meet you today. I want to thank you so much for your time and giving us some inside scoop on some things. And so
Yeah,
we get to see you at Stagecoach. You're coming out to California, which is awesome.
I am. I'm really excited. It'll be one of my first festivals. I haven't performed any, and by the time Stagecoach runs around, I'll hopefully be feeling very comfortable and confident on stage.
Oh, you're gonna kill it. You're gonna absolutely kill it. I already know. I already know. Now you're coming to California. We got a lot of wine out here. I'm in the wine country. Do you drink any
Okay.
wine? Do you drink any wine?
Yeah, I drink a little wine. I've been known to have a little vino. What's your favorite?
My favorite, I what I call myself is an equal opportunity offender. If you have wine, I'm drinking it. So that's
That's very fair. I like red wines, but I also like free wine. So as you said, if someone is providing it, I definitely won't hesitate.
sometimes it tastes a little better when it's, somebody's just serving it to you, right?
Oh, definitely, definitely, definitely.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you so much, Breland. We're excited to see you out here in California. I wish you all the best, and we're definitely going to be following you and your career.
Thank you so much. I can't wait.
Thanks for tuning in to Up and Country, where we have new episodes every Tuesday. And be sure to visit upandcountry.com for all of the episodes and information about our VIP club, where you're going to get exclusive backstage access. And if you're on Instagram or TikTok, make sure to follow me, Sue Bonzell. I'll see you next week.